It all began in the heart of an African safari, inside a small cage surrounded by nothing but wilderness and predators. Lions, cheetahs, and hippos roamed freely just feet away. As the sun began to set, fear crept in, the animals' vision only improved as darkness fell. The team was baiting fate, literally, by surrounding the cage with meat to draw the predators even closer. As night took over, the air became still but tense. Lions began circling the cage. With every crunch in the grass, adrenaline surged. They were outnumbered, outmatched, and completely at the mercy of the wild. And this was only the beginning. Their mission? Survive all 5 of the deadliest places on the planet. The next destination brought them from heat to ice, Scalia Mountain, cloaked in frozen waterfalls and towering cliffs. The goal: climb to the summit using ice picks and spiked boots, with the danger of falling to a freezing death looming below. With each agonizing step, the group scaled the icy wall. The climb quickly turned brutal, and Nolan, one of the team members, tapped out after a terrifying slip. His early exit only amplified the reality of the danger they were in. Every ledge became narrower, every grip weaker. Jimmy and others were fighting gravity, exhaustion, and bitter cold. Each moment risked disaster. But somehow, through grit and will, they reached the summit. The view was breathtaking, but the price of the view was measured in fear. After the frozen peaks came the infamous death road of Bolivia. Once responsible for hundreds of deaths every year, the government had closed the road, until now. Jimmy managed to get permission to reopen it for the team's descent. Narrow, fog-covered, and dangerously unstable, the road hugged the edge of a vertical drop the height of a skyscraper. Rocks slipped beneath the tires, the steering jerked unexpectedly, and every turn brought them inches closer to certain death. As fog rolled in, visibility dropped to almost nothing. Communication became panicked. Nolan had to guide the vehicle on foot, his own footing barely secure. It was a game of inches, and each second risked their lives. They approached the first of 3 notorious danger zones along the road. The path narrowed to the width of the vehicle. The edge gave way to a sheer drop. The team was forced to move slowly, testing the limits of their courage and trust in each other despite the tension. Jimmy used the moment to plug his new Feastables creamy peanut butter cups, a bold juxtaposition to the chaos. But the message was clear: he wasn't just here for thrills. After somehow surviving the death road, the next challenge shifted from land to sea. Carl and Nolan were dropped in shark-infested waters with no cage, in what is considered the most dangerous swimming zone in the US. Massive sharks swam beneath them, curious and fast. The team, normally protected by reinforced cages, was now completely vulnerable. One wrong move and the sharks could attack. The waters teemed with predators. As the sharks closed in, the team held their breath, literally and figuratively. Every flick of a fin sent chills down their spines. The fact they survived was a miracle in itself. But there was no time to celebrate. Next up, the Amazon rainforest. Home to deadly animals, harsh terrain, and worst of all, unpredictable flash floods that could strike with no warning. They ventured into the Gata Cataracts, a massive waterfall surrounded by treacherous cliffs and slippery paths. A single misstep could lead to a fatal fall. Their guide warned of the potential for sudden weather changes. Sure enough, as they neared the waterfall's edge, the skies opened. Rain poured down, turning paths into mudslides. A flash flood was forming, and they were standing in its path. The river's gentle flow became a roaring force. The waterfall swelled. The group rushed to escape, but the return trail was now a flooded, perilous maze. Trees collapsed. Mudslides formed. Danger was everywhere. They were forced to rope up and climb steep, wet terrain to escape. Every inch felt like a mile. Every rope was a lifeline. And just one misstep could lead to a deadly plunge off the cliff. Hours later, exhausted and shaken, they finally escaped the rainforest. But the journey was far from over. The final destination awaited, Snake Island, the deadliest island on Earth. As soon as they landed, they were officially stranded for the night. The island, known for its aggressive and venomous snakes, was no place for sleep. Yet they had no choice. The team wore shin guards for some protection, but the snakes could strike from anywhere, even from the trees. Snake Island once had birds and mammals, but after the snakes ate them all, the reptiles adapted to hunt in the trees. The danger wasn't just hypothetical. One bite could melt skin and kill within an hour. The team ventured into the jungle with trained scientists, collecting snakes for venom extraction. Each captured snake could save thousands of lives. The venom would be used to create anti-venom for 90% of Brazil's snake bites. But handling the snakes was no easy task. They were fast, elusive, and deadly. A snake slipped through the hands of a handler and fell into the underbrush. Panic ensued. It was a reminder that no matter how careful they were, the island had the upper hand. More snakes appeared, some hiding in the bushes, others 15 feet above the ground. Each one required expert handling. The team assisted carefully, learning how high the stakes were for the research team. As night fell, they set up camp. The tents were supposedly snake-proof, but no one was really sure. Sleeping on Snake Island was terrifying. One wrong zip, one missed snake, and it could be over. The team survived the night, miraculously unharmed. The sun rose, casting light on the nightmare they had made it through. The island was beautiful, but deadly.